Hail Biafra! This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment. In an interview, Arewa Consultative Forum chairman of the Board of Trustee Bashar Dalhatu said that though a Northerner had been in power for the previous 8 years, the North had not been in power. In response to the assertions that the North was in charge, he said this. He went on to say that Buhari's departure from office was not seen as a loss of power for the North because his administration has no impact on Northern lives. He made the argument that, contrary to popular belief, if the North had been in power, the northern region of Nigeria would have experienced the greatest level of development over the previous 20 years. Speaking further in the interview with the Arise TV, Bashar Dalhatu stated that no northern state in Nigeria in the last 20 years has been affected positively because a northerner was in power. He went further to say that no northern state that is developing they said any northern state that is developing is as a result of the state government and not federal government. According to him, we don't view this as loss of power. A northerner was in power in the last 8 years, but the North was not in power. You cannot say we are in power. The North was not in power. I come from a village in Jigawa State, and in the last 20 years, very little has changed. Whatever changed in Jigawa was the effort of the state government and not the federal government. You can say that there are so many towns in the northern Nigeria that have not changed in any way or received a federal government's patronage because a northerner was in power. All right, this prompted a lot of reactions. Somebody said that power is given to an individual, not a region. You bigots. All right, somebody said it's like you people have finished eating the one you have looted for 8 years. Upon all this Buhari injustice to favor the North, the only thing you people know is North and religion. That's exactly what is going on. Another person said, big fool never see anything. You see? Another person at Adeoye said Northerners is not in power, even when Buhari was there. Okay, are you not in this country when Buhari gave all the key posts to Northerners? You see, the only solution to this country is either we split or we go back to 14 confab. If not, we will continue to blame ourselves in this country called Nigeria. You see, one Muhammad now said, that's what we always pray for. Let the country be disintegrated so that everyone will go back to where he or she comes from. And that is my stake too. Somebody said, this man is already mentally exhausted and derailed. Another person said, I love this house. Someone should welcome me. Okay, welcome. Let me react, okay? The North has been in power, whether they like it or not. Whether they know what to do with power or not, they have been in power. The North have light, they have good roads. They have been in power. The North are the ones feeding the nation because they have fertilizer. They have they do mechanized farming, so they are in power. The North are the ones you will see in Asoro, so they are in power. The North are the ones you will see in National Assembly, so they are in power. The North are the ones you will see in the judiciary, so they are in power. They are the ones in DSS, they are the ones in prison, they are the ones in military, they are the ones in police. They are fully in charge and in power. So any bigot that is deceiving himself that the North has not been in power is nothing but a thief and will continue to steal until Aka Maria. Simple and short. So you see how people are reacting. People know that indeed the North has been in power. Yes, and they do a lot for themselves. They give them some certain loans that they don't give others. They give them some certain alleviation packages that they don't give to others. They treat them fairly that they don't treat others. They even sent them the new Naira notes then in their homes, whereas others were busy buying it from our region. So the North has been in power. They sit our traditional rulers, our politicians on the floor. They are talking about religion, they are talking about region. So they have been in power. Understand? They are the ones Islamizing Nigeria. So they have been in power. They use every power vested on them to Islamize the Nigeria you are seeing today. So they have been in power. We cannot say all we are seeing. But what I'm telling you today is that disintegration, like the Yoruba person said, is the only way to go. The country, they are deceiving themselves. Large entity of foolishness, yes, of injustice. They are so, they have injustice at the tip of their fingers. They are not saying the truth. If you are telling yourself the truth, you will know that the North has been in power, even though they don't know what to do with the power given to them. Even though they have been selfish and so selfish and so greedy, yet they are in power. They kept our educational system the way it is because of religion, because of region. They are in power. If others were in power, many things would have been moving on. Even when Jonathan was in power, the North was in power because they by forced him. They made him compulsory that he would build a lot of things, a lot of railway, almajiri schools here and there for them in the North, abandoning his own region. So the North has been in power. They put this thing in a way that it will work for them. Britain, they really strategize for the North so that they will never allow the disintegration of this country. So the North has been in power. We are not fools. We can never be deceived by you saying the North has not been in power, and even though Buhari was in power, that is cock and bull stories that you go and tell your unborn children. All right? You cannot deceive us up to this point. Divide this country to save lives. The Igbos, have you heard it? Those that have been in power say they are not in power. So they want power to be given back to them after Tinubu. That is why they are making this preaching. This is Arewa Consultative Forum. People that they consult. That is how he sees things. These are liars. These are deceitful men up and down in Nigeria. Mad people everywhere. Nigeria is the worst country I've ever seen in my life or heard of in my life. And the longer it stays, the more they are crushing and thrashing destinies and potentials of the young people. They're not giving them hope. So the North has damaged Nigeria in conclusion. Thank you very much for your time on this very channel. God bless you all.